So I'm starting to recognize the symptoms of adrenal fatigue again, and luckily I now know how to treat it and ride it through and get myself better. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about my adrenal fatigue story and what I do to start to feel better. So I'm a little bit foggy right now because my adrenal fatigue is really bad again. And I'm kind of annoyed with myself that I didn't figure it out sooner, because I've had it so many times before and I know what I'm supposed to do to help my body heal again. And it's been a while already. How do I know that my adrenal fatigue is bad? Well, first of all, I'm exhausted. I wake up exhausted and there's not much I can do to get energy. Unless it turns evening and night, because then I'm really awake and there's no way I can fall asleep. Another thing is that my eyes get really puffy. Like when I have one of my flare-ups, my eyes will get really puffy. But also my adrenal fatigue will make my eyes puffy again. My hands and my feet will swell up, and I will have this insane craving for chips, bags of chips or salty popcorn. Like I could eat that all day long. Those are my indicators that my adrenal fatigue is really bad. So how did I figure out that all of this was adrenal fatigue? Well, years ago, when I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, I didn't get diagnosed traditionally. I will link that story below so you can go and watch that video too. But I ended up figuring out myself that I had Hashimoto's disease, and I shared my test results in a Facebook group. That was really helpful, and a nurse practitioner reached out to me and told me, "You are really sick, you need to go see your doctor." And I told her, well, I don't have a doctor, that's why I'm posting test results in this group. So she decided to treat me, but for her to be able to treat me officially, by law I was required to visit her in her practice in Pismo Beach, California. It took me almost, I think, 3/4 of a year to be able to, get the money, fly myself out there and have her treat me. So I went there, and one of the tests that she did there that I wasn't able to get on the island where I live now, on Lanzarote, the Canary Islands, was a spit test for cortisol. It's a 24-hour test where you have to spit in this tube 4 times during a day, and they're going to be measuring your cortisol, and that's how they can determine if you have adrenal fatigue or not. My test came back that my cortisol in the morning was super high, then it was completely depleted, and then it would spike up again, so it was just all over the place. And that was the reason for my salt cravings, for my irregular sleep, waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to sleep for hours on end. So by the time that I knew it was adrenal fatigue, I was happy that it had a name, but I was like, okay, how is that going to help me? So with the help of my nurse practitioner, we figured out a regimen that works for me. First of all, she told me to start drinking adrenal cocktails. Now, what is an adrenal cocktail? It's freshly squeezed orange juice, preferably. It can be from a carton. It can also be like apple juice or cranberry juice. And you put half a teaspoon to a full teaspoon of salt in, and then a 1/4 teaspoon to half a teaspoon of creme de tartar, which has potassium in it. Since my adrenal fatigue is really bad right now, I've already squeezed some oranges, and I'll be making my adrenal cocktail right now. So here's my orange juice. Then I'm almost out of salt because I use so much. I have Himalayan salt, pink one, and I have the creme de tartar, which I've bought in Walmart while I was visiting the United States. So what I do is For some people need more potassium than salt actually. Me myself, I need more salt. One of my friends who has adrenal fatigue, she needs more potassium. So I will put like this much of salt in there. And now I'm gonna put the potassium in. I'll put about this much of potassium in because I know for myself that I need half to a whole teaspoon of salt and about quarter to a half teaspoon of potassium. And then I'll mix it. So you may think this is gonna be so salty and disgusting. Here's a test. If you think you have adrenal fatigue, make this mix and have a sip. If it is really, really yummy, you definitely have adrenal fatigue. If it's very, very salty and disgusting, you have another issue that's causing your fatigue. It's not adrenal fatigue. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but that's just a at-home test that you can try yourself. And when you think you have adrenal fatigue, you can go to your doctor and request the cortisol spit test to have it confirmed. So, I don't even taste the salt in this. That means my adrenal fatigue is really bad. So what do? I drink the adrenal cocktail right when I wake up because that's when it will help balance your adrenals and give you some energy. When I drink it within 5 minutes, I feel like I've just taken a nap and I've woken up a little bit more rested. It's not a cure, but it will just calm your adrenals down and it works wonders for me. It's lovely. Depending on how bad the fatigue is, you can drink these adrenal cocktails up to 3 times per day. That's what I did when it was really bad. Now when I just feel that it's starting again, I drink one of the cocktails in the morning, or maybe when I'm out and about and I feel like my energy is dropping and I need to take a nap right now. That just means I'm low on salt. Usually I'll have little packets of salt in my bag with me at all times. So I can just buy an apple juice or an orange juice somewhere and then shake the salt in and drink it right away. And it will help me within about 5 minutes and give me another couple hours of energy. A supplement that I'm taking to help balance my adrenals as well is called ashwagandha. I really didn't think it was doing a lot, and I was taking it for a long time because my nurse practitioner told me to take it, and then I ran out and I just didn't order because I figured, well, it's not really helping me. But my adrenal fatigue is getting so much worse again, so I will be ordering ashwagandha again because now that I've not taken it for 2 months, I can really notice how much it was actually helping me. Another supplement is the B supplements, specifically B6 and B12, because those will help your adrenals and with your energy. And for me personally, because I had Hashimoto's disease and my antibodies on my thyroid were so extremely high, just by lowering them down with a supplement called Titrophin PMG, my antibodies went down, and obviously that was better for my body calmed down, and therefore my adrenals didn't have to work that hard anymore. So that also helped recovering from my adrenal fatigue. The last tip that I can give you that I've done and still do, by the way, is before I go to sleep, I take magnesium. I take 150 milligrams of magnesium, also prescribed by my nurse practitioner, and that helps with sleep as well, and it regenerates your muscles. And since I also have fibromyalgia, that's also very beneficial for fibromyalgia. I hear it helps with migraines as well, so when I have a migraine, I will up the dose of my magnesium. So when I went to the supermarket this morning and I bought the bag of chips again, because that's what I wanted to have for breakfast, I decided no, my cocktail is going to be better because this is my craving because of my adrenal fatigue, and this is the thing that's actually gonna help me. So that was my adrenal fatigue story. If you like my story and my videos and you want to see more videos like these, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. Also, if you like the t-shirt I'm wearing, I'll leave a link in the description below. We have a shop that's tied to our support community, the Unchargeables, and every month I give away a $100 gift certificate to spend in the shop. So sign up below and I'll see you in the next video.